are certainly starting out quite differently in this story. Hey guys, DB Rye here, and today I am continuing with what if the Dragon Team gravity trained early? Or gravity trained before Z, yeah, that's the one. What if the Dragon Team gravity trained before Z? And, well, what started off as a quite interesting part 1 with Goku being introduced to gravity training thanks to his time in the Room of Spirit and Time. He actually asked Kami if there was a way he could still experience some more gravity training. After actually noticing the benefits that small amount of time was actually doing for him, Kami obliged him by actually sending him back through time to a point in time where his home planet, or planet Vegeta, was still around. Just like about a month or so before Frieza was due to basically blow it up. Long enough for Goku to experience what it would be like walking around in his home gravity. And needless to say, without a couple of times of passing out, Goku was beginning to sort of get the hang of 10 times gravity in that singular day. And he actually got to meet his family, or rather his family that he didn't know was his family because he hit his head and forgot them. And with them being surprised, especially by Goku's hairstyle looking just like Bardock's, and you know, then Bardock, remember there was another Saiyan called Turles who also had a similar haircut to his, so maybe it's just a common look going around. Maybe it's some kid who idolized Bardock or something like that. Now, after Bardock basically passed out in front of Gine in their first meeting, Gine basically took care of him, and Goku was right as rain after getting a meal. And he actually did get to see his past self in the nursing capsule. Of course, he has no idea it's actually him, and they couldn't completely work out who Goku actually was, but the whole family, including Raditz and Bardock, couldn't help but feel some sort of connection to the kid and were willing to help him out as best as they could. Especially after Goku had the guts to stand up to Zarbon and Dodoria, who were terrorizing his mother's, I guess you'd call it, yeah, diner. Gine's diner. So, yeah, definitely earned Raditz and Bardock's respect. And, yeah, how unfortunately this family reunion was brought to an end when Kami had to bring Goku back, and with them never fully realizing that that was the future version of the very same child in their nursing capsule that they just met. However, that trip alone was able to double Goku's power from a mere 250 to about 500 to 600, which meant in the 23rd Tenkaichi Budokai, he completely dominated King Piccolo, and now we are continuing with this story right now with the 5-year time skip. Now, as far as in between the 5-year time skip went, Goku asked Bulma if it was possible she could create some sort of room that could simulate heavier gravity. And of course, that is no problem for Bulma. She's quite the whiz kid, and if she didn't know fully how to do that, there was doctor briefs there too to give her a hand. Needless to say, there is a gravity chamber room for Goku to use. Now, Goku is not in a hurry to experience 10 times gravity again, so he's going up from 1 times Earth's gravity to 2 times Earth's gravity, working his way up to 10 within this 5 years. Doesn't really impress Chi-Chi much because he's spending most of his time in the grav room and here on in, but Goku does find a way to sort of balance it out a little bit. The point is, Goku's not standing still in this timeline. He is going to be improving and getting stronger. How stronger? Well, now that we've head into the 5-year time gap and Raditz has now arrived, precisely on schedule, and has his little run-in with Piccolo, who has a power level of 320, at least that's what it is in the anime. It's probably a bit higher in the manga, I'm not sure. And anyway, we'll go off the anime. 320, and Raditz is curious to why there's a Namekian there, but after Piccolo basically challenged him, Raditz has figured, I'm just gonna blow away this Namekian, no problem, he's a weakling. And that is when his scouter detects this other power level, and he is shocked by this power level. It is on par with his. That is, of course, Goku. So in this timeline, Goku's power level is exactly on par with his brother's. Well, if there is a difference, Goku might be slightly weaker, you know, in the double digits somewhere, so like maybe 50 points behind. The bottom line is, Raditz was not expecting a being of this strong to be here. You know, in a gravity as laughable as this, Kakarot's power level shouldn't have been much stronger than the Namekian's, if stronger than the Namekian at all. But no, this power level was on par with his for some reason. And he is off to investigate this immediately. Something is not right here, and I will get to the bottom of it. And so, with Raditz making his presence known at Kame House, and the whole interaction with his brother begins, it is slightly different than what it is in the original. Raditz is trying to be careful with what he says. He could end up in a full-on fight, and these other people who are with him, the entire Dragon team has turned out for this reunion this time, and every single one of them, their power levels are above 500. They've been using the grab chamber as well, occasionally whenever they would visit Bulma or hang out or whatever. So their power levels are higher as well. So, yep, it's not looking good for Raditz at this point. And well, after Goku goes on, my name's not Kakarot, it's Goku. Wait, Goku? This is where Raditz comes to the realization of a boy he met, you know, many years ago before Planet Vegeta was destroyed, the kid that looked a lot like his father. His name was Goku. And he realized that this is the same person. And unlike the original, Goku recognized Raditz as well, having met him during that little day trip to his home planet, through time and space. What has happened to you, Raditz? You weren't anything like this when I met you all those years ago. And well, Raditz is just taken aback by this. Huh. Well, things change, Kakarot. Huh. How dare you not tell us who you were? And Goku's still not exactly sure what he's talking about. And Raditz's anger is getting the best of him. You know, and in a way, he's not sure what to do. And that's what's making him more angry here. Not the fact that at some point Kakarot obviously hit his head and lost his memory of who he is. It's the fact that the boy he sort of looked up to with that daily meeting, even though that boy was weaker than him, he was definitely a true Saiyan. He wanted to be just like what Goku was. But Vegeta and Nappa have since warped his mind differently, and he's angry to the point he doesn't know what to do anymore. Does he fight and try to take Goku by force and the kid? Or what does he do? But in anger, he basically cheap shots his brother Goku anyway and flies off with Gohan. He doesn't even give Goku the ultimatum of, I'll kill your brat if you don't kill 100 humans or whatever. He just sort of did this out of a panic and in fear of what Vegeta and Nappa might do to him. And as he's puts Gohan in the pot after he can't stand Gohan's crying anymore, Vegeta, you can tell Raditz is just completely stressed out about this whole thing. And he's even turning off his scouter because he can't let Nappa and Vegeta hear this weakness. No way. And he's like, this wasn't supposed to go down like this. Damn it. Why did Goku and Kakarot have to be one and the same person? What do I do? And, well, he decides to basically try play it cool, so when, Goku, and in this case the others, including Piccolo, catch up with him, it's, Raditz basically trying to, play it cool, and yes, there is a battle. And the Dragon Team do have a plan. Goku could sense Raditz's power and could tell that their powers are very close. So Goku immediately is taking off his weighted training gear, and basically Goku's going to go at Raditz first, and once there is an opening or Raditz is too tired to continue, the Dragon Team will be ready to hit the final blow. And of course Piccolo has his own surprise special beam cannon in store, ready for this to happen. And so we basically get an all-out fight between the two Saiyan brothers. Raditz, however, his cautious nature is actually Raditz's downfall at this point of the story. Why is that, DB right? Well, that's because Raditz knows this guy's Goku's power level is very close to his, and even though Raditz knows deep down in his heart if he's going to have any chance of besting his brother, he's going to have to go all out, but his whole cautious nature is just getting the better of him and making him a bit hesitant, and he still doesn't know what he's going to do. He'd rather not hurt his brother if he at all can help it. You know, this might be different circumstances if he hadn't have met Goku all those years ago, and you know, in a way, Raditz sort of still feels like he owes Goku something for you know, stopping Dodori and Zarbon from harming Gine all those years ago. So, anyways, essentially, after realizing that yes, Goku did somehow manage to close the bridge between their power, and who knows how strong the kid is, and just how the Earthlings and the Namekian have high power levels too, Raditz has made his decision. And well, remember, his scouter is turned off at this point, so Raditz and Nappa cannot hear what's going down here, and Raditz decides to stop what he's doing and hopefully get the others to just halt until Raditz can fill him in what's going on here. Why has he come here? Everything like that. And Raditz basically informs everyone that he was more or less forced to do this. This was under the orders of Prince Vegeta, the Prince of all Saiyans. And that, you know, if he didn't do this, Vegeta would have blasted him away. And, pretty much a lot of the bad things he had done over the years was under the orders of Prince Vegeta. I mean, yes, Raditz was a soldier and did conquer planets, you know, before that, but Raditz always sort of felt that this was wrong, in a way, and that is the influence from his mother, Gine. Raditz has always been more of a cautious Saiyan, and it's part of the reason why he's been cautious, why he doesn't throw himself into action as much, because a part of him knows what Saiyans do under the servitude of Lord Frieza is wrong. He doesn't like putting himself in danger, especially for a cause he doesn't really believe in. He doesn't believe Saiyans should be serving Frieza. He doesn't believe any Saiyan should be serving anyone, even a snot-nosed prince like Prince Vegeta. And well, thanks to Kami, who's keeping an eye on the situation from his sanctuary, from the lookout, he can tell that Raditz is telling the truth here. And this does put the Dragon Team at ease, but why would you want to betray your friends? They're hardly my friends, Kakarot. They have abused me for years, made fun of me for being so weak, compared to they are. Wait, you mean they're stronger than you? Nappa is about 5 times as strong as I am. And Vegeta, He very well could be 15 times stronger than I am. And this does have everyone scared, because, after all, compared to the Earthlings, Raditz was no pushover. So, however, I've seen the potential, your potential, Kakarot. Don't you see? If we work together, we could do this. We could do whatever you did that made you so strong, and we may be able to stand a chance. How were you able to do it? And they tell Raditz about the gravity training room, and Raditz was surprised that the Earthlings had the technology to build such a room, considering, what he had seen on the planet so far, which wasn't much. The most of civilization he's seen is, a farmer village where farmers were doing farm work, and this is how far he thought human technology was. Yes, then we do stand a chance. Well done. They aren't really sure whether or not they could trust Raditz, but Kami has basically explained that he is on the up and up, but still, they are being very cautious around him. Now, Kami has decided, with King Yama's permission, they are going to transport Goku to Otherworld, where he can get training on Snake Way, in hopes that he could maybe best these Saiyans. Now, because of his power-up, thanks to the early gravity training before this point, being as strong as his brother, he's able to get to Snake Way quicker than his original counterpart. You know how it took Goku nearly 8 months to almost the whole year to get there? It only took him a couple of months this time around. So he's able to get the training from King Kai much quicker than the original and have plenty of time to spare. And so, when he's ready to make the journey back from Snake Way, he's back there, the following day after he leaves King Kai's place, and Kami's ready to transport him back home. And there's still, a couple of months to spare. Now, while that was happening, Raditz and Piccolo spent time training up Gohan. Now, they did have him survive in the wilderness for a little while, however, not too long. And Gohan wasn't alone for his survival training. Raditz joined him as well, and made sure that the boy learned how to kill for his own food. They had to stop Nappa and Vegeta, that boy had to become a killer, and quickly. I mean, not ruthless like Vegeta or even the way Raditz is, just enough that he knows that when his life is in danger, he may have to kill in order to defend himself. So, Raditz is making sure that Gohan, when he's hungry and hunting for survival, he's killing in order to survive, and getting used to it. So, the survival training actually ends a bit quicker, with Gohan basically having sparring sessions with Uncle Raditz and Piccolo in this timeline. Now, when Goku is finally brought back, the 2 months before Raditz and Nappa even appear, we pretty much have the Dragon Team now using the Grav Chamber. They would agree they'd use the Grav Chamber for the last remaining months before Nappa and Vegeta's arrival. Now this isn't going to go like Goku's training with the 6 days in gravity training. We're not going to have Earthlings training at 100 times gravity or anything like that. In fact, not even Raditz would be able to take that right away. So much like Goku did in the beginning of this part of the story, they're going at it slow, going from 1 to 2 to 3 to 5 times Earth's gravity, hopefully eventually making their way all the way up to 10. And well, it is working, and by the end of the 2 months, they were beginning to venture into the 10 times training mark. And Goku was able to spread down, to pass on some of the teachings he got from King Kai in the meantime. After all, a couple of months before the Saiyans arrive, that's plenty of time to teach the rest of the Dragon Team Kaioken. Oh yes. So, by the time this is done, you pretty much got everyone on the Dragon Team pretty much with a power level of 3000. Raditz power level is more or less on par with Nappa's, and well, we know how strong Goku is. Plus, pretty much everyone there has a Kaioken multiplier. Each of them able to go up to at least 2. Goku can go up to 4, but everyone can at least go up to 2. Gohan might be able to pull it off. Pull off 1, but yeah, everyone else can at least go up to 2. And so, when Vegeta and Nappa do arrive to find everyone waiting there for him, hey Vegeta, look at Raditz. He actually thinks he's gonna challenge us. Typical Raditz, always hiding behind someone. First it was us, and now it's you guys. I don't know how you can stomach a coward like that. And well, Nappa grows up some Cybermen, like he does in the original, and unlike the original, Goku's actually there for the fight, since the beginning. And basically, the Cybermen are basically massacred by the Dragon Team. Yamcha doesn't even get blown up by the Cybermen because you've got Raditz there who knows how these things work. They're easily able to be prepared for what these Cybermen might pull off. And so, with a bit of teamwork, they are giving Nappa a bit of a workout, which ultimately forces Vegeta to join in the fray as well. So, it is becoming somewhat of a epic fight. And yes, it's pretty much the early teamwork of everyone that's basically keeping them in their fight against Nappa and Prince Vegeta. After all, Nappa and Vegeta may be comrades as Saiyans and conquer worlds together, but they don't have much in the ways of teamwork. You know, they individually kill people like that. They don't have the teamwork that our Dragon Team has been able to develop. Even Gohan, Piccolo, and Raditz able to pull off some awesome combos against the duo. And yeah, once everyone starts going Kaioken ×1 on Nappa, it is not looking very good. But however, the Dragon Team is beginning to tire. Just that little bit after using the Kaioken. And so, Nappa goes for his most deadly attack, and basically he's taking aim at Gohan, but Raditz just basically gets in front of it, and he takes Nappa's blast full on, grinning at him. And then, whammo! Raditz gets a full-powered punch on Nappa, knocking the so-called Saiyan elite to the ground. And Raditz is enjoying this. And to think, you thought I would never surpass a Cyberman, let alone you, Nappa. What? How dare you? You get one lucky shot in, kid, and you think you're all that? And well, we get an all-out brutal battle between Raditz and Nappa, while everyone else is basically keeping Vegeta busy, especially with Goku, who's going in there with the Kaioken ×1, which, at this point, he doesn't really need to use the Kaioken ×2, it's enough to keep Vegeta off balance, having to basically deal with everyone else, that Vegeta is forced to use his big blast attack that pretty much takes out anything in its path. You know the one, it's like the final attacks he used in the original Saiyan arc. The bottom line is, it's not looking too well for the prince, and well, he looks in horror to see that Nappa is on his last legs, and Raditz takes out Nappa with a double Sunday, killing Nappa dead. What? Possible! You're all some kind of monsters! And, the only thing Vegeta could really think of to do to get himself out of this situation. We do get a bit of a Gallic Gun and Kamehameha beam struggle with Goku, but with everyone else there chipping in with the blast, it didn't do Vegeta any good. He just wasted more of his energy. And, can't believe this. Herritage, you traitor. Well, Prince, maybe you should have treated me with more respect. How dare you. And this is where he notices Gohan has a tail. And well, he knows enough to know that little kid Saiyans like that do not have control of themselves. And so, Vegeta decides to power up an energy beam and throw it up in the sky. Raditz may transform as well, but he'll be too busy reining in the kid. And this gives Vegeta the chance to flee to his space pod and get out of there and escape, vowing that he'll be back someday to finish the score once and for all. And well, this pretty much ends the Battle of the Saiyan arc. The result? Not a single casualty. You know, maybe a couple of bumps and bruises when they're trying to get Gohan under control, and a couple of scrapes after battling with the Saiyans, of course. But nothing too serious. Nothing a day or two's rest in the hospital won't fix, or if Yajirobe happens to get some senzu beans. And so, with that, with Vegeta gone, I think that's where we'll actually leave things for right now. So, what do you guys think? Did you enjoy this story? Did we like seeing a more powered up Raditz in this timeline? And you know, how are things gonna go within the Namek Saga? All this and more next time. So, as always, don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for more what ifs. And of course, please share the video if you know people who might enjoy this story also. After all, we've got to get this seen more, and of course, it helps out the channel greatly. And I will see you guys again next time. Alright, catch you later.